in the car running around shuffle, you know, Spivvy shuffle, Spivvy shuffle. I'm actually taking a break for once, and I decided to pop in and just talk to you all real quick about meal planning. I was talking to one of my mommy friends, and I was just telling her how I do meal planning and just some easy tips that help us get through it, because you know, meal planning is one of those things that it can just frustrate you. It can frustrate your week, because what am I gonna cook? How am I gonna make sure that I have it? Is everybody gonna like it? And you know, it just brings so much into it. So I do certain things to at least make sure that aspect of the day is taken care of. And when I was telling her these things, it occurred to me that maybe it will help somebody else. So I figured I'll pop in here and give you all my 5 little quick tips on how to help ease the pain of meal planning for the week, okay? I got my new trusty notebook that I just got, so let's get started. Okay, so tip number 1, get input from your whole family. And I mean everybody. When we do meal planning here, we meal prep on Saturday. So Saturday, I take out my notebook and I get a meal idea from everybody. So that means everybody gets to pick what meal they want to be cooked for that week. I get a meal, Gabby gets a meal, Kendall gets a meal, Alan gets a meal. That's 4 meals right there taken care of off top. And then every week in our house, we have Spivvy breakfast night. It's our thing. We've done it for forever. So we already know that at least once a week, we always have breakfast. So that's 5 meals right there. And then with 5 meals already taken care of, I can kind of maneuver and make the other, 2 meals kind of come about. So having input from everybody, trust me, it helps. It not only helps you fill up your meal board, but it also helps that you don't have to deal with the, I don't want to eat that, and we never eat what I want to eat, and all the stuff that comes with it. So get everybody's input, trust me, it helps a lot. Tip number 2. It kind of piggybacks off of get everybody's input so that you don't have to deal with the I never want to eat what I want to eat thing. Have your kids pick a veggie for the week. Okay, this sounds a little weird, but trust me, go with it. So me and Alan eat spinach and broccoli and all of those great things that my kids don't necessarily care for. But I still want to get them eating vegetables. But I don't always want to eat the vegetables they want to eat. For example, Gabby loves sweet peas. Who loves sweet peas? Gabby. So I don't always want to eat sweet peas, but I know that it makes her little heart happy. Kendall will eat corn every day, all day. But I'm not always in the mood for corn, right? So what I do is, at the beginning of the week, each kid picks a vegetable. And I make that vegetable, and that is their vegetable for the week. So when we make meals, like for instance, our meal yesterday had broccoli in it that me and Alan are completely okay with eating. If they do not want broccoli, which they never do, they can eat their vegetable. Kendall has corn that she can eat every day with her meal, so I do not have to go through the, I don't want that vegetable. You get what I'm saying? So it helps. Everybody and they have their own container that's where their vegetable comes from. It truly helps with the meals, and especially like some meals you don't really know what vegetable to put with it. So it helps just to, you have corn. That's your vegetable for the week. You eat it until it's done. And trust me, it works. Number 3, write down a list. So when I do meal planning, after we get everybody's meal idea in, I go through and I make a list of like how to make the meal. What stuff do I need? And I go through the house and see exactly what we have. Like if I need rice, I see do we already have rice, so I don't have to buy a bag of rice. Or if this meal calls for a certain vegetable or a certain meat or whatever the case is, I go through the house and I see what we need. And then I make my grocery list off of that, so I am not double buying at the store. It makes sure that we eat up what we have in the house, and it also makes sure that we're not going over budget at the grocery store. Check and see what you have in your house, okay? And make a list. Don't go to the grocery store just thinking, oh, I know how to make that meal. And then you get there and you brought 67 things because you no longer think you need a list. Make a list, y'all. Make a list. Tip number 4. Post your list on something that everybody can see. I have a menu, which I'll try to pop in a picture. But I have a menu board or paper or board or dry erase paper that I write our meals on. Now, I meal plan for everything: breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, so that there's no confusion as to what food we're going to have. So when I say post it, that means that I don't have to hear, what are we eating for dinner every day? Because I don't even answer it anymore. I just say, look on the wall. That gets rid of that. That gets rid of, when are we going to have my meal? When are we going to eat this? Look on the wall. And it also gives them something to look forward to. Gabby and Kendall have a favorite meal that they probably request almost every week. When I put it on the board, they literally go to the board and scan for when their meal is getting made, and they get excited, like, okay, Wednesday's my meal, or whatever the case is. So I post it. It also helps with things like snacks. I put on there what your snack is for the week. That way they're not eating all your food all day, you know? So post it on the wall. It is very helpful so that everybody knows what's going on. There's no confusion. If there's like an event going on like a Saturday or something and you know you won't be home that day, I write that on the menu board, like going to a birthday party. So we know that that's not a day that I have to think about what we're going to eat because we're more than likely eating at the birthday party. So tip number 4, post it on the wall. We're finally at tip number 5, the final one, which is probably honestly the easiest one or the simplest one, but you'll be amazed of how much this helps you and you didn't even think about doing it. So tip number 5 is to take your meat out that you're going to cook the next day, take it out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator the day before. Go with me real quick, okay? So what I typically do is when I'm getting ready to make dinner, say tonight when I get ready to make dinner, I already have my meat in the refrigerator because I took it out yesterday. So today when I'm going to make dinner, when I take my meat out of the refrigerator to cook tonight, I automatically put the meat for tomorrow out of the freezer into the refrigerator so it can begin to thaw out. When you do it when you're cooking dinner, it's just a normal motion. You're already at the refrigerator. You don't have to remember to go back and do it another time. So it's literally take it out of the freezer, put it in the refrigerator, get the meat that you're eating that night and cook it. It helps. Trust me. I cannot explain to you how many times it's been time for me to make dinner and I've forgotten to take out the meat that day because I've had so much stuff going on and I don't think, go in the freezer, take the meat out. But when you're already in the kitchen cooking and you're getting stuff done, it's a natural motion to go ahead and just take it out of the freezer, put it in the refrigerator, and get your cooking done. So that will be my 5th tip. Take your meat out the night before while you're cooking and put it in the refrigerator so it can start to thaw out. Trust me, it helps a lot. I have an extra little bonus tip for y'all. Okay. The bonus tip is always have something on hand that you can throw together a simple, quick meal that everybody in the house will eat. So in our house, I make what I call burrito mix. And it is something simple that everyone from the pickiest eater up until who really doesn't care about food, everybody eats it. Nobody complains about it. It is one of the most simplest meals that I make. I literally can be done within 30 minutes and dinner is ready and on the table. You can, you can add more to it with chips and burritos and, taco shells and all of that. Or you can literally just eat it in a bowl. It is that simple. So always have the ingredients. I keep those ingredients on hand at all times to make it. And it's not an expensive meal to make. And it just always comes in handy for those random days that, yes, I have this on the board, but I'm a little tired and I don't really feel like baking the chicken that I have planned. You know what? Burrito mix. Or maybe that Saturday that we were going to the birthday party, but it got rained out, so I did not plan to cook that day. Burrito mix. Always have that go-to simple meal on hand that you can always make that everybody in the house eats. No matter what, no matter how many times you make it, everybody likes it. We can eat it every week and everybody will be happy every week. That's your good bonus. Those are my tips. I hope that they're helpful. I plan to pop in and do more little random tips that helps me function and get through life winging it a lot of the times. And I hope that helps somebody out there. So we're about to hit the pool, and I just wanted to pop in and do that for you all. The girls wanted to come and say bye to you, so give me 1 second. Let me call them. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure that we said bye to you all, and thank you all for watching the show, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Make sure you subscribe to our channel down below.
Good job. Bye, y'all.